I saw the power of prayer illustrated so powerfully a few years ago at a baptism service we were doing at our church. We told the candidates for baptism that if they'd like, they could bring somebody up with them during the ceremony for support, maybe a spouse or the person that led them to Christ or whatever. So a woman came up to me to be baptized. She was about 60 years old, and next to her was a man, maybe 65, but kind of a tough-looking old bird, maybe a former construction worker. So I turned to the woman, I said, "You're here to be baptized." She said, "Yes, I am." I said, "That's fantastic." I said, "Have you received Jesus as your forgiver and leader?" And she said, "Oh, yes, I have." I said, "That's great." And I was just about to baptize her, and I didn't usually do this, but I felt one of those nudgings of the Holy Spirit. So I turned to the man, I said, "Are you her husband?" And he kind of looked surprised. He said, "Well, yes, I am." I said, "Have you given your life to Jesus?" And he looked kind of stunned at first, and then his face sort of screwed up. I don't know what was going to happen. I thought it was going to hit me or something. And finally he just burst into tears, and he was weeping and sobbing, and he said, "No, I haven't, but I want to right now." And I thought, "Oh, wait a minute, time out. Can we do this?" All right, great. So I ended up praying with this man. He confessed his sin and received forgiveness from Jesus Christ in front of this big crowd of people. And then I baptized him and his wife. So after the service, I'm walking away, and this other woman I didn't know came running after me, and she threw her arms around me. She's weeping and sobbing, and all she could say is, 9 years, 9 years, 9 years. And I said, "Who are you, and what do you mean 9 years? She said, "That's my brother who you just led to the Lord and baptized. My sister-in-law and I have been praying for that man for 9 long years. And that entire time, we've seen not one glimmer of interest in spiritual matters. But look what God did today." And my very next thought was, here was a woman who was glad she didn't stop praying in year 8. Who is it that you used to pray for, but you just stopped? You've sort of mentally made the decision for this other person. They're never going to bend their knee to Jesus, and so you stopped praying for them. I think that woman would say to you, never stop lifting them up to the throne of grace.